Hey ladies and gents, SpoonyPizzas here, and today I want to look at the new latest pack that's been on offer here for the Dream Team. So it is all around Real Madrid. So all of the players are 5 stars. So Benzema, Vinicius Jr., Modrić, Militao, Camavinga, Rodrygo, Valverde and Courtois. So let's just start off with Benzema right here. So he does favour the possession style and he's got really good ball control, tight possession, finishing. He is a deep lying forward, so he does suit that sort of possession style in my opinion, the way he drops off that front line. And in terms of his player skills, like I mentioned before, he is missing the one-touch pass, which is kind of important in my opinion. So I think I would still stick to someone like Mertens or Firmino for linking the play if that's of the utmost importance to you. His offensive awareness could probably do with a little bit of boosting if you want him to run in behind. His speed and acceleration are perfectly fine in that role. His finishing's really good and his heading's good as well. So he does offer a lot in terms of being able to score a variety of goals, especially with the acrobatic finishing. Vinicius Jr., tons of speed, acceleration and dribbling. His acceleration is better than his speed, which is really good. And he's got really good balance as well. So he's going to be very nimble, very quick on the ball. But in terms of his output, 72 for a low pass, you may want to boost that. You don't want to keep handing over possession. And if we just take a look at his skills, again, he's probably not a player I would personally go for because that one-touch pass is really important. His finishing is okay, not the best. He's got decent curling, but he's going to be really good at like traveling with the ball. So you could get into the opponent's penalty box, and he's got tons of skills to back that up as well. Double touch, flip flap, sombrero, loads of flashy moves. I thought he would be actually better than he is here. His tight possession would be nice to see that a little bit higher maybe, but a decent left winger, but there are better out there. The likes of Neymar, for example. Luka Modrić, another possession based team style, and this is definitely one of my favorites out of this group so far. The high tight possession, the high ball control, low passing, lofted passing. You don't really need to touch those in terms of your training. Balance is really good as well. I mean, just the fact he's got really high tight possession, I would probably end up boosting that along with the ball control. And then if you wanted to, you could, you don't really need to boost his passing stats, but you could boost other areas like his stamina, for example. But just remember to keep the acceleration and speed around the same. Keep it a 5-point difference, and that will make him feel really good in terms of when he's on the ball. Militao. So just looking at this, he's not the best defender. There's a lot of points going into aggression there, and yeah, aggression's fine, but that might lead to more fouls in the box. And for me, his defensive engagement is way too low to make him any sort of recommendation. So I would probably be a little bit disappointed if I got Militao, if I'm being brutally honest. In terms of his player skills, blocker and interception and aerial superiority are great things to have. Absolutely great. And acrobatic clearances are nice to have too. Thibaut Courtois, possession based guy again. Good reflexes, really good. And this is probably the best Courtois I've seen so far. And goalkeeper awareness, probably need to boost that a little bit, but boost that and your reflexes, and then follow on that with the reach and the catching and the parrying. Those are probably not so important, but just boost those reflexes and the awareness and you'll be absolutely fine with this guy. Valverde, possession based style player again, and again a lot of points in aggression, so that's adding to his overall score. It's a little bit disappointing in terms of his tight possession and his dribbling, and he's got a mix of defensive qualities, so that does suit his box to box style, so he will be able to win you the ball back, but he's not really going to be able to travel with the ball all that well, not as well as he possibly could for other players like Modrić, for example, who is a much stronger recommendation if you were to roll for these. He does have one-touch passing, through passing, interception. That's all very nice. I think Modrić also has interception as well, so another reason why Modrić is probably number 1 for me still in that central midfield area. Rodrygo, right flank, right wing forward. Again, really good acceleration and speed. That difference there is really important. The fact he's got acceleration 87 and the speed is 83, that 4-point gap is usually ideal. Really good balance, 84. So he's going to feel really good. I wish his tight possession was a little bit higher, but you can always train that. And his overall passing and everything isn't too bad. It could do with boosting, so you need to focus on that sort of output. Looking at his player skills, missing that one-time pass kind of disappointing, and he hasn't got too many skills. No double touch, no Marseille turn, so he has got flip flap. Acrobatic finishing is not too useful in the wide areas, and first time shot, that can be useful when receiving a cross, for example, because you find the right wing forward and left wing forward positions cut in, so they, you know, if you are crossing the ball into the box, they will probably be in and around the box to get on the end of those. So first time shot is a nice to have, and through passing as well. And finally, Camavinga, really well-rounded player here. Probably the second best player in this pack, in my opinion. Just looking at those stats, it's very nicely rounded. This is going to allow you to mold the type of player that you want him to be. He's got the orchestrator role as well, which is one of my favorites. It means that, you know, he will join the attack. He can play the defense midfield role, but he won't sit too deep. You know, the anchor man for me sits a little bit too deep, a bit too defensive for my liking. I like my defense high up, my defense midfielder high up, just inside the half of my opponent, and like I said, just to try and dominate, pin my opponent back and control the game. Great stats all across the board. Tackling, he's got really nice stats that are just going to allow you to develop him how you want. Do you want a more defensive minded Camavinga, or do you want him to actually be able to roam with the ball more? Or do you want to have like a mixed balance? I would probably go with a mixed balance. I would probably put points into everything equally, and you'll have a really nice, well-rounded player here. Anyway, that is pretty much it for my Real Madrid player pack review. Let me know what you think in the comments if you'd like me to continue doing these. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.